Hey guys, how you doing? It's Gerard here from the Lifestyle team. Today, coming to you from my apartment building pool. As you can see in the background, it's actually a beautiful sunny day here in Perth of Western Australia. So I decided to come out and touch up on my tan a little bit, get ready for the summertime. Me and Marilee actually just booked a trip to Mauritius to meet Chris and Sandy over there. Haven't been there before. Spur of the moment decision, and we just decided to go basically because we can, and we get to design and create our life the way we want to. But that's not the topic of today's video. Today's video is about the number one tool you need for success in life. And this is something that we used as a child growing up all the time. And as we grew up further and further, it kind of diminished over time, but that's our imagination. One of my online mentors is Bob Proctor, and if you haven't heard of Bob Proctor, I highly recommend you go check out his stuff. Part of my daily routine is to listen to his 6 Minutes to Success, and he talks about the imagination and how it's the most important tool that every human being has access to that will help anyone succeed and get anything they want out of life. It's amazing when we're kids, for example. I remember when I was a child, you know, we used to play with aeroplanes. We used to, you know, just play around with silly things and use our imagination and create worlds where we're happy, we're excited, we imagine the future. And, you know, that's why you look at children, and we, as adults, we just like looking at them and they're just full of life. And what happens as we grow up, the school system, our parents, they start, you know, telling us things that we can't do or that are unrealistic. They call it daydreaming, they call it not paying attention, whereas the child is actually using the most powerful tool that any person has in their life, which is their imagination. If you think about it, your imagination is what creates your results. And what I mean by that is, if you're not getting the results that you want in your life right now, it's probably because you're imagining the wrong things. You're imagining all the things that you don't want. You're imagining all the debt you're in. You're imagining going to the job that you hate. You're imagining staying at that job for the next 30 years and not doing anything about it. And you're focusing on the wrong things. You need to start imagining about the life you actually do want. Start daydreaming again. People used to call us daydreamers because we imagine this type of lifestyle where you could work when you want, determine how much income you wanted to make, and have all the time freedom in the world. If you told most people that, they'd say you're daydreaming. And, you know, 2 years later, we're living our ideal lifestyle. But that all started in our imagination. When we first started our business, I was working my 9 to 5 as an accountant, and I imagined creating $1 million business in my mind way before it happened. And that's what I want you to do. Think of the life you want to live. Think of the results you want to create. Think of the business that you want to build. You know, how much work would you put into it? How would you spend your day? How would you spend your free time? Would you travel more? Would you spend more time with your family? I want you to imagine the feelings that come with that and really hold that image in your mind, and then start acting as if you are already creating the results in the now. So what I mean by that is that when we first started our business, we imagined being millionaires way before it actually happened. So we imagined and we acted as if we already were millionaires. We were making millionaire decisions. We were confident. We had faith in our business models. We had faith in our own abilities. And fast forward 2 years and we get to live our realities. You know, I was looking around our apartment the other day, a brand new apartment that we just purchased here on the river. And I was in disbelief because I imagined that image in my mind, the lifestyle where everything was brand new. I was on the river and I didn't have to commute and go to a job I disliked anymore. That was that was what I held in my mind over 2 years ago, and now I'm living that life that I imagined. So that's the topic of today's video, guys. Just imagine all the things that you do want, and don't let your present results get in the way of that imagination. So once you imagine what you want, and once you have that vision in your mind, actually resonate with those feelings, vision that every day and work towards that vision, and keep imagining good things, and good things will happen. Your inner world will create your outer world. So imagine good things will put you in good vibration, and you will be living your reality sooner than you think. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I will speak to you in another video very soon. See ya.
Many years ago, I read where Napoleon Hill pointed out that the imagination is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force that the world has ever known. And you know, the average individual uses the imagination, if they use it at all, against themselves. They imagine what they don't want. They imagine problems coming. Let's begin to use our imagination the way God meant it to be used. It's the greatest creative faculty that we possess, and we can build anything we want with it. I want you to wander around your home or possibly your office and take a look at all of the conveniences that you have there that you didn't have, let's say, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years ago, 25 years ago. Do you know that every one of them, without exception, was first created in the mind of one individual with their imagination? Do you know you can use your imagination to go into the future and bring it into the present? That's what all highly successful people do. They see where they want to go, and then they act like the person they want to become. It was William James from Harvard's advice. He says it's the actor's technique. Act like the person you want to become. How do you do that? Well, you use your imagination, of course. You see, it's a strange phenomena, but the greatest gift we've got is used very well up till the ages of 4 or possibly 5. The little child, we always wonder what's going on in their mind. They're using their imagination. They're building wonderful pictures in their mind. But then they get to school, and wham, like that, it comes to an abrupt halt. It's called not paying attention. Daydreaming. Well, what they were really doing was exercising a phenomenal mental faculty. We can take our imagination and build an image in our mind of how we want to live. Block out what's going now. Don't let your present results have anything to do with this. Just what you want. And it's with your imagination that you will build it. Everything that we have, the camera that I'm speaking to right now, was first created in the mind of one individual. It's almost inconceivable that people would wander around with so much power and potential and squander it. See, the average person literally tiptoes through life, hoping they make it safely to death. It's such a shame, and it doesn't have to be that way. Imagination, your imagination. What do you want? How do you really want to live? Build the picture in your mind. Make certain that you exercise your imagination daily. Build beautiful images in your mind of how you want to live, and then hold those pictures there and live that way. The imagination, the greatest nation in the world, the imagination. You've got one. It's a marvelous creative tool. And if you keep your imagination alive, keep it active, you're going to have a phenomenal life. You know, life can get better every day, and it will get better every day through the proper use of your imagination. What a wonderful idea. This is Bob Proctor.